So hey, okay. Sorry, I made a stream about this today. And forgot to start the stream. I just told the OBS to start broadcast. Didn't press the go live button. So my bad. Um. So I'm not quite sure if anybody is here at the moment or not. At the at current rate, I'm not quite sure if anybody is going to be here or not. Anyway, so this stream have been made upon a people's request to um do my model spooky update reveal on a stream, and for some reason nobody's showing up, neither on that, neither on this. So the thing is, okay, I want to make up. I doubt that anyone going to be here at the moment. But if any person going to be here, I would be not only glad, but also the length of the video going to be more than like what it's supposed to be. So the reveal. Okay. So you wonder where is the creepy model? Where is the spooky model? Where it is? Well, I'm rigging my own models, and what happens is I figured the best way to do it is just to implement directly into the model. So that's what I did. It's the same model but updated and added functionality and added toggles for a specific spookiness. So I think I should change scenery for it. I think it's not it's too so what have happened here is that I wanted a creepy model, you know. So actually, I forgot totally that it's October. I started creating the model like from 8, commissioning RT from 8 October, from commissioning the like artists and implementing the update into the model. So I figured that I supposed to just, for added creepiness and spookiness, just implement directly into the model. Since I'm the rigger, I was very confident that I can do it, but I wasn't confident in if I could make it in time or not, which I don't know if anybody knows or not. I barely made it, like barely. So the thing is, because I barely made it, so many of the parts of the model are still the same, but it's like adding another set of rig into the model. So the creepiness is into it. It's just the toggle is not on yet. I'm just waiting for a little time. So what I did instead, show the model. Yeah, why not? Let's start showing it, huh? Let's change scenery. Okay. you can see that I wanted a full creepiness. So I went for full creepy. Even the background is super creepy at the moment. Okay, so are you ready? Here it goes. So this is my normal mode, which you all guys familiar with. Then there is my Kitsune mode, which I sometimes use but not always. And are you ready? Are you ready? Let me set VTuber Studio properly. Where is the settings? Here it is. Okay, so are you ready? Here it comes. The drone mode. This is what creepiness feels like, huh? Okay. And I wanted a full creepiness. There's so many toggles in this new update. But I want to talk about a part of the model that I think worth talking. Wait a minute. So, about the creepiness of the model. I wanted to say a couple of things. First, it's reference from Murder Drone type serial number N. You can see some resemblance of mouth, and I actually forgot to publish it for the wings. I probably should have done that. Then there's the cross eye, and of course the beautiful coat that I always love. So that's part of it. And let me show you guys a couple of things. This mouth right here, this mouth, took me like, I don't know, 4 days. Actually, I counted 5 days for whole rigging, and this mouth took me 4 days. Why is that? Well, because most of the VTuber models are with mouth closed, but this model default mouth is with mouth open. So I should have gone complete reverse and rig it in somehow that the mouth tracking works correctly, but at the same time the default is open. And by the way, it doesn't work completely correctly. If I open completely my mouth, the model closes the mouth. So if I laugh, it just laughs with closed mouth. But that's the best way to do it. I had no other choice. So only one person could guess it, and I show it with another text as well. And shout out to @Peaky556 from TikTok, or @Denkichu6473 from YouTube. This man was the only person who could guess it, and he was like suddenly, "Oh, so it is Murder Drones." I was like, you're not supposed to guess it right away like that. I actually honestly didn't expect anybody to guess it like this. So, let's Why they zoomed for the model? Okay, because I wanted to point at a couple of things. First, the eye. Okay, you can see it blinks. It blinks actually with my eye, with my right eye. And if I look away, I'm not quite sure if tracking is. Yeah, it detected it. A slight. Slightly. Maybe I should change it. Change the setting of it. Wait a minute. Oh no, I don't need it. So you can see that it follows my right eye pretty right, but as I said, this is the not full creepiness that I have built into the model. Okay. The artists that have done this beautiful update is DevTama on Twitter at DTama03, which is a great guy. Actually, I go on the details on how these things works. So, okay. So let me toggle options I have and go through it. By the way, if anyone is here is less than 13 from this point towards it's PG-13. I'm not quite sure if it's PG-15 or 18, but there is gore inside it. And the PG-13 is definite. So be wary of that. Okay. So I have this. At the same time, I can, when you murdering someone like a murder drone, some blood gets splashed. Yeah. So there is a blood on my head. Okay. Then if you eating a person, which is called a zombie drone, which actually, by the way, is a total concept in murder drone. Some wings gets stuck between your teeth, right? Especially when it's raw meat straight up. So here it is. Look at my mouth. So with this mouth, you can kind of sense creepiness already, but again, it's not full. Okay, so another thing is that when you're eating someone like a zombie, what happens is that a couple of blood gets in your mouth, right? So we get ready? Here it is. Okay, so yeah, that was delicious, I guess. Then what if, oh, by the way, another thing that I want to say before showing you guys the next animation is that DevTama initially didn't want to include gore. I was like, yeah, but it's October. You cannot just make a horror model in October without making it real horror. And so he was like, just okay. He just didn't say anything. He was like, okay, I do it. Okay, then so on top, all of these gore parts was my request. So I was like, yeah, I want some splash on head, I want some veins here, I want mouth to be bloody a little bit. And he added this with himself. It didn't has to be. He just added himself. So get ready. Yes. More detailed than this blood splash. Okay, so the thing is, he quite added shadow of Troll's eye to like this goal part, which by the way, unreading part made some problems for me, but it turned out pretty good as you see. And I didn't actually it follow have every part of eye animations except blink, because I thought if I'm blinking the shadow stays the same, the creepiness factor goes higher. So that's why I kept it the same unblinking. But on turning around, looking somewhere else, you can see that it works pretty perfectly. And not just that, I want to show you another animation. Okay, so let me remove this. The concept is on a murder drone. So what happens on a murder drone? You murder someone, right? So let me zoom out a bit. Okay. Here it goes. So get ready. So I wish I could make it like take the whole screen, like I'm shooting straight on the lens of the camera, but that's not an option on big programs. I tried to do it with changing backgrounds. It didn't help. I tried to do it on OBS. The OBS didn't have any options like this. So I'm stuck with it's a good laser. Could like cover the whole camera. So part of the lens of the camera gets partially damaged for temporarily, I guess. Then what? Okay, let me show you guys all of the toggles at the same time. Okay, so there is this toggle. This. Again, I wanted to go full on creepiness, and part of the toggles you see that there is a couple of creepiness into it, but I wanted full, so the full part happens when all of the toggles are enabled at the same time. So let me do it. There is a head blood splash. There is mouth vein, and there is mouth blood, and there is what I call the eye gore. Why are you freaked out, huh? Okay. So that's one thing that I wanted to show, that really like sets every mother. Yes, VTuber have ever done a model like this before. Everyone like, yeah, here's my asset, here's my thing, but no one got full on gore and creepiness like this. So let me turn off toggles. I want to show you guys a couple of things. Okay. Okay. So let me enable the mouth vein. Okay. this mouth way alone kept me like 1 day for rigging it, because you can see that you can kind of sense the closing of mouth in it. Not just that, it I wanted it to kind of stuck on the screen to give that feel of creepiness more. So what I did is that just gone through every mouth parameter and set weights separate by separate per parameter, and it really was time consuming. The veins alone took 1 day for rigging, but as you can see, it gives the creepy feeling very well. Another thing that I have added, let me turn off this way and enable mouth flood. You can see here, the mouth flood have jiggle physics. The mouth flood has jiggle physics. Actually, this happened during like. Oh, I messed it up again. Okay, so actually, this happened. I came up with this jiggle idea during like rigging it, and I was like, it follows mouth aesthetically. I want them to get more feel of realism and more realism and creepiness. I could definitely make them drop, but that would be another time-consuming thing. And I was like, okay, what is the fastest way to make them like creepy? And I was like, jiggle physics. Why not add G? So it's like ew, disgusting. Huh? So that's part of it, and I don't need to even show the blood for it, complete blood for it. Let me disable this. Okay, so look at the mouth without when it's not moving. Did someone notice that it has a different idle animation? That was a little bit difficult to make mouth have another idle animation, because let me actually compare here. This is the murder drone mode, and this is the Kitsune mode. We can see the idle animation of Kitsune. What do you call it? Lightnings are going around and wobbling, and the chest is bumping up and bumping down. The tails have jiggles, okay. And this is the drone mode, okay. So the chest is completely different direction. That's hard to do it in 2D because you have like, it's not a 3D model, so the same direction of chest idle animation be on the same direction when model rotates. So it has that part was difficult, and adding mouth when only drone mode is activated, that was another thing. Actually, mouth has another separate parameter, another separate idle animation that goes alongside with all of these idle animations. And it's only activated when drone mode is activated. That's another thing. Then, but why I did this? Why I did this to this extent? Okay, like mouth having its own idle animation because of this. If I add the when into it, Oh, that can feel creepiness, don't you? Okay, let me add a couple of more toggles to it as well. Okay. Then we go head blood, mouth blood, and now just look. Okay, I think it's dangerous at this point. So, I'm going to stream with this mode on the whole October. Okay, my whole video is going to be like this on the whole October. There's no going back. Sometimes I'm going to full on gore. Sometimes I'm not going to go full on gore. And sometimes I probably go like, I don't know, Kitsune mode. I'm not quite sure for Kitsune mode during October, but all of my streams are going to be at least in drone mode. Maybe without gold, but at least in drone mode. By the way, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but Ice has a smile. Like, this is the unusual of eye. Okay? And this is when I smile. See? Eye goes a little bit up. It's happy. Okay. So, another hard thing to do in this model was like this gun. This gun was not really like hard specifically. Actually, it was easy. Just slap it to a warp and slap that, make that warp a sub directory of whole map, and voila, it follows the map. But look at when, no matter in which situation I bring it up, it always starts from the wrist. That was like a little bit hard and time consuming to make sure in every position it goes right. Then what I did is like, you know, added directions to it. So if I gets rotated, this thing gets rotated with me as well. So this is the whole model update. This is the I don't believe any VTuber until now have gone to this full creepiness. If they did just hit me, but for October I never saw someone. They always like, yeah, I added this asset, I changed this background, I changed my model custom to this, but rigging the whole model from adding another whole of rig set to the model like this, well, never have done before. This light is annoying to me. I'm thinking of actually adding a parameter for drone mode. When drone mode activated, this lightning goes away, or maybe a toggle that turns off the lightning on drone mode, because I initially wanted to turn this lightning away for drone mode, but I was like, wait a minute, this is actually giving like some sort of virus thing vibe in Murder Dream, so why not keep it there? Another thing, speaking of it, another thing that was hard is this mouth getting synced up with my lips, because the way VTube Studio works is that when your lip is closed, it sets the model parameter to closed lip, and when your mouth is open, it sets model parameter to open mouth. And lip syncs is everything based on that, and your form of smiling or frowning. Okay, So the whole I should have somehow came up with a way that default map is open, but the speak is and the lip sync is completely good. And in Murder Drones, there is not a single scene like this. They go into order, they either go to murder mode or they don't. So, but they never speak on murder mode. They just laugh manically. But to figure out how to do it was a hard task. Real hard task. So that caused this whole of shenanigans for me to figure out how these things work. And somehow they work perfectly as well. Not gonna lie. Another thing that was like how do I say it? Okay, one of the things that I kept doing it is that the map is always open. I wanted the map is always open. So if with what I said, you could understand that all the things that I'm doing here is reversed. Except map phone, all of things are reversed. So if I'm closing my mouth, the mouth is getting opened. If I'm laughing, the mouth is closed. That's the only bummer here. So the times I'm really laughing, the mother is mouth closed. But what I wanted to say, I forgot. Okay, so that's how it is. And the model actually works perfectly. Shout out to Piki 556, by the way. I never expected for everyone to guess. I was like, this is going to keep people curious until the stream goes on. And this man right away goes, oh, it's modern. I was like, what? How do you know? How are you so sure? And his okay. D-Tama and Dev-Tama, he did a perfect job at creating this update because the whole model is created by another artist, and Dev-Tama, I agreed to make it the same style. I actually approached the same artist for making this update, and they were like, oh, I'm busy for the whole October, I can't make that. I was like, damn it. Then I started searching for like other artists, and I found Dev-Tama. Dev-Tama agreed to do it. He did a perfect job. I'm super happy with the results. It couldn't be even better. So the update artist shout out is at Dev-Tama at Twitter, and the guest shout out is at Piki 556 at TikTok or at Denkichu 6373 at YouTube. He doesn't do a lot of content, although he has a channel, but he's a real participator in these guessing games. I'm actually not quite sure how to make another guessing game at the moment, but I guess the model is perfectly what I wanted to be for October. A Kitsune movement. That's going to be hilarious. So what I named it is just like Kitsune drone mode. It's obviously a hybrid of Kitsune and Murder Drones, but it's obviously a reference to Murder Drones as well. Using the mask as visor. and using going with the same style of map and same style of guns. And actually, about gun, again, shout out to Dev Tama for making this update. He got on a style that I did. When I was commissioning him, I said, okay, just provide me with a hand. I want a wrist down to be a hand and towards like a screen. Like this pokey things, like my ears. So that was kind of funny, and I loved it at the same time. So it was like, how is it there? I was like, love it, keep it there. So I'm not quite sure if I should add Dev Tama visor to it, because Dev Tama have designed another visor for eyes, but I never got like introduced it to the rig. I think it's unnecessary for like mask. It didn't add to the creepiness. It just felt make like they go, what is that? So it was like, nah, that's not how it goes. I should just add another type of, I should just go with my mask, and that's going to be enough. So yeah, that's the whole model, I guess. Nothing less or nothing more, but I'm super happy with the model. The model came out perfectly, more than what I have expected from model. And actually this kind of made me happy with the model creation process. I was doing it with full go like, yeah, I should do it, I should finish it. And I kind of did it. So I'm kind of happy with this model. So again, the whole October stream is going to be like this. I'm not going to be on October from now on October. I'm going to be like, I'm not going to say all day stream, all of the day is going to be streams, but I try to increase my streams. And by the way, 2 days I'm not going to, for a couple of days I'm not going to be in my home, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle that part, how I'm going to handle that. I'm probably going to handle it with like very low quality short videos, just to have content for the time being that I'm not at home and with my equipment. But this model being there is definite. I love it so much. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. So if anybody have anything about it, they are this well. Again, I wish it could take the whole screen now. Shoot, but doesn't take the whole screen. Actually, this increase of the end, I never like rigged it. I don't know how it's there. I actually programmed it to be like, it stays and it goes, but it has a little like a scale. It increases a little bit. So let's do a full overview of this update. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so here it is. Head, blood, vein, mouth blast, eye goal, and shot. Bang! Whoa, this actually it gives the sense of creepiness way more than I expected. If you know. So let me turn the toggles off. Okay. So I think that's about it. That's really about it. I'm really happy with the results I came up with. Everything is just perfect as it can get. And I'm going to make a streams with this model in the whole October. If anybody wants to say another thing, they can see in the chat and I can respond. But that's about it, about revealing this update. I don't think there's anything else added to it. If anybody wants to know another thing, they can just say it in the chat. From now until the next 10 minutes, I'm going to put the stream on chat. And if anybody wants to ask anything, I'm happy to answer. Okay? Then, bye.